What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. We're going to go through the menu really quick, our schedule, today's lineup, whatever you want to call it. Then we'll go ahead and read through all the chats, make sure everything is running smoothly. We have a lot of videos to cover, but they're short. First, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're expecting the Orange Eagle to be on stage. Obviously, it's not going to be a part of this live, but I do have intentions of covering it. I don't know how that's going to affect the game. I think we will still probably go live with the game over on Jeff Mac Gaming. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll run till 8, or unless I see him get on the screen. End the live. Go live with the Orange Eagle. That's the plan. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. He's supposed to be in Clinton Township, Michigan. He's not close enough to me for me to go in person. So we're going to cover him live. It's all good. It's all good. We'll be starting off this live with a video titled Biden's Dog Bites Another Secret Service Agent, an 11th Known Incident. Because the dog's got Biden privilege too. If that was me or you, the dog would be put down. Dog would be put down. If the dog even sniffed a child as hard as old man Walter does, it'd be put down. But, you know, it's got that Biden privilege. Then we have a video titled Looters Ransack Retail Stores in Philadelphia, 15 to 20 arrests by police officers. I seen someone comment on one of the videos yesterday, sometime in the afternoon, saying that there was protests or something going on in Philadelphia, and I could not find any lives for it. Like, not even on TikTok. I couldn't find lives anywhere for it. So I wasn't sure that it was even happening until I started seeing the videos on Twitter. So I wonder if we'll see protests today at some point. We'll see. There's a lot of these looting videos. We have one from Twitter, or X. It's only 44 seconds long. It's titled It's Devolving. Then we have another one titled Instagram influencer Deja, I don't know what it is. Deja, somebody, live streams herself looting stores in Philadelphia. Then we have another one, looting in Philadelphia Center City after all charges dismissed against cop in fatal traffic stop shooting. I don't really know what the situation is. I gotta read about what exactly happened, but that's really all I know about the situation. There was an officer involved in a traffic stop. He shot and killed somebody. Apparently he was being charged and the charges were dropped. Now everybody's mad. But they're clearly saying that the looters were not protesters. Those people were not protesters. There was protesters. Holy, what is going on here? There was protesters, but there was more looters than protesters, and they weren't even in the same area, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to turn into something or not. Then we have another video titled Seeking Another George Floyd Moment. BLM protesters tell one another to start recording. Nah, I don't know. We'll get to it. It kind of reminds me of Antifa. Antifa would show up and people in the chat would be like, that's not Antifa, that's BLM. I'm like, They're all kind of the same, but they're not necessarily the same. They all just hang out together. Then we have a video away from looting titled Elon Musk says that he'll visit the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas migrant crossing surge. I don't know what that's going to do, but he's going to the border. He's going to the border. I wonder if they'll clean it up like they did for old man Walter when he came. Probably not. Then we'll be wrapping things up with a video titled Trump found liable for fraud in New York civil case. I don't know a whole lot about that either. I was gaming and some hooligans were showing up saying, hey, did you hear that he's being, I don't know if he's accused of fraud or if he was actually like sentenced to have committed fraud. I don't really know. We're gonna find out though when we cover this video. First, I'm gonna read through the chats really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get everything started. Let's see, where are we at over here? What's up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. I made some updates. I don't know if you hooligans know that. What's up, Annette? What's up, Donna Sparks? What's up, Adrian? What's up, Matt? I keep wanting to say Matthew. Matt, appreciate you being here. So I'm going to read off the updates really quick. So over on the website, I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning again, doing updates. and we have embedded a replay page where you can see the latest live. So when this live's over, you'll see a replay on the replay page. When we cover Trump rallies and stuff like that, it will also be on the replay page. It is constantly updated, showing the very last live that we cover. So now there's existing content on the platform instead of only having the ability to watch lives. I created icons at the top of the website to make it easier to navigate to your profile and the live streaming area. I updated the login page, the lost password page, and I fixed an issue that I wasn't really aware that was happening until a few days ago. Apparently, when you would go to reset your password for your login, you'd receive the the email with a link that's supposed to take you to a page to type in your new password, and instead it was just taking you to the home page and you could never reset your password. I did not know that was going on, so I have fixed that. It doesn't do that anymore. I'm trying to think. I think I did something else too. Oh, I put the replay player on the leaderboard. So if you're on the leaderboard and you're checking out everybody's posts on the website, you'll come across a section that is the latest replay for what we've covered live, and those updates may not sound like much, but I think they are improvements. I'm also going to add a survey thing on the website so you guys can give me proper feedback on ways to improve the site and the live itself. So that'll be next few days or so. I'll have that ready. Either way, what's up everyone over on Rumble? Happy Freedom. What's up Sly Dog? What's up Astral Hammer? What's up MU? What's up Snooks? Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up Hair Juicer? What's up what's up Kevin? What is wrong with my throat? I was fine until I had to go live. Now all of a sudden I got a frog in my throat. It's not gay though. What's up Terror? What's up Speedy Girl? What's up Lifelike? What's up JT3? What's up Pumpkin? What's up Ghostly? Happy Freedom, you hooligans. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. What's up Sheep's Eye? Appreciate you guys all being here. Oh, Odyssey. Odyssey should be running. Oh, and we're going to start live streaming on D-Live. I can't remember if I even told you guys. D-Live contacted me and said that they want me to come to their platform. They want me to bring all the hooligans over to D-Live, where we will be allowed to show the news and talk about politics. And I wasn't sure if it was a scam email or not, and I don't think it is at this point. It was very long and detailed, but they want to actually sponsor me as one of their live streamers and tell the world about the hooligans and all the great things we do. And they've even offered some incentives for me to go over there beyond the sponsorship. Some financial incentives. So we, I think, are going to start also adding D-Live into the chain starting on Monday. There's some requirements I need to live up to, which will be no big deal because we go live every day. But I think we'll start on Monday. We will also be live on D-Live, which will be pretty cool. We used to live stream on D-Live. We had some issues. I think it was back in 2020 when we were doing it. We had some issues, and then ultimately my account became locked. And I was unable to get into it. I was contacting customer support, and I was not getting anywhere. And then all of a sudden they reached out to me, and I don't know what they expected in reply, but because I'm a hardcore truther, I just told them that. I used to live stream over there, but I had a bunch of problems. This is what happened. But they actually wrote me back and they said they went and fixed all the problems. They're just waiting for me to log in, and we'll be officially a part of D-Live as far as being sponsored and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So we'll be starting that on Monday, I believe. And I'm pretty excited about it. What's up, everyone over on Odyssey? I see Snooks. I don't see the other people in the chat, but we're running. We're live. You guys will find your way, I am sure. What's up, everyone over on Kick? Happy Freedom. What's up, DeRosa? What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Garlic Press? Appreciate all of you guys. What's up, Cat's Eye? Tom Tom, I am working on the P.O. Box. I'm going to try and do it today after the live. I was trying to do it yesterday, and then I was trying to do it this morning. I have a lot of random things going on. I had to go to the bank. There's construction everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's past 5 o'clock, and I can't go to the post office. I will try and have that done today. I have 3 or 4 emails I have to respond to, and everybody's waiting on a P.O. box. It is my fault. I suck. I know. I will try and get it fixed today, though. I will have it taken care of today. I hope. I think it's like $80 or something for the year. I should be able to cover it. I think we're going to be good. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Tom Tom? Tom Tom, you're omnipresent. What's up, Grey Wolf? Where's Mr. Beansy Beans? Well, I appreciate all of you guys showing up over on Twitch. What's up, everyone over on GoofTube? Let me get you that Rumble link so I can send you on your way. Ka-chow. There you go. Oh, let's see. What's up, JT3? You're omnipresent. You're awesome. What's up, Space Baby? Happy Freedom. Off work today? What do you work outside? You do like road work or anything like that? The rain calls you off? There's not a lot of jobs that'll call you off over the rain. But I'm glad to have you with us. What's up, Bombay Man? Happy Freedom, all of you hooligans. Go ahead and make your way over to Rumble. Rumble's better. Rumble's better, but jeffmaclive.com is the best. If you didn't know, now you do. Well, we're going to be starting off with this first video titled Biden's Dog Bites Another Secret Service Agent in the 11th Known Incident. But first, I want to talk to you guys about getting you a Free the Orange Eagle t-shirt, tank top, boobies, no boobies. We got shirts for you, I promise. And we got coffee mugs too if you drink that stuff. You know, you drink some of that stuff. You can go ahead and get you a Free the Orange Eagle t-shirt. If that's not your style, though, get you the Screaming Goat. Screaming Eagles in the chat waiting for me to screw that up. Go ahead and let everybody know that you love freedom with a Screaming Goat t-shirt. I'll drop the link in the chat while we are starting this first video.
Speaking of waking up, at the White House, it sounds like there's a dog that is barking and biting people, probably waking people up.
Goodness.
There's Commander, the dog.
Not Cujo, it's Commander.
Commander has bitten another Secret Service agent. It is the 11th known biting incident involving the 2-year-old German Shepherd at the White House and in Delaware. In November of 2022, there was an incident. Apparently, an officer was hospitalized because the dog clamped down on their arms and thighs. And in July, they said a new training and leashing protocol would be used. Now, keep in mind, remember the dog Major bit people? They had to move that out. And then Commander came in I think, the summer of 2021. There was one incident last October where the First Lady, Jill Biden, could not apparently regain control of the dog as it charged a Secret Service agent.
Of course.
And so for the Secret Service agents, they're worried because it's essentially it's a significant hazard. They got to watch the president, make sure nobody does anything to him, and they got to watch out for the
Lawrence,
dog.
what do you think about this? Because you have a dog that is how would you describe your dog?
She's a working dog, and I train these dogs as well. They have no control of the dog, and the handler. Mine is a Belgian Malinois, but I train German Shepherds as well. They have no control of the dog. And the interesting thing about it is, if my dog would have bitten someone one time, probably would have got put down. Because this is the president's dog, there's a pass. And I'm not blaming the dog. We always say, there's no bad dog, it's bad handlers. So, I mean, it's clear that the president, as well as Joe Biden, haven't been working with the dog, and there hasn't been one person. I mean, the Secret Service, they have canines as well. They know how to work with dogs. The problem is these dogs have not been trained.
This is such a solvable problem. Yeah. Number one, there's no money in the budget to get this dog a trainer. Number two, the dog doesn't belong there. Number three, the head of the Secret Service has got to step up and say to the White House, I'm not putting my men and women in trouble. And that is it. This is not a joke.
This is crazy.
And by the way, I've had 4 German Shepherds. And if you make a mistake, for example, let your friend go in the house first. They will attack.
That's right.
And one time, I had this great German Shepherd. One time, my friend goes in the house first before me and got bitten on the arm. Ooh. And the first thing they say at the emergency room is, do you want the dog put down?
Yeah.
How the hell do you bite a human being 11 times and not adjust that? I know he's president, but you have to make a move here. You've had about a dozen dogs, I imagine.
Can you train the biting out of a dog? Can you train this dog?
Well, you can train it out. The problem is they've let Major have 8 bites. And once the dog gets that taste of blood and the way it's been done, it changes the dog. So, honestly, I hate to say this, it's too late. It's too late with this dog. It's going to be hard.
For the Secret Service, you got to get him out of there.
Yeah, you got to get him out of the White House. I mean, this dog doesn't belong. And they need to stop just replacing the dog. It's not a dog. Stop getting new dogs. It's not going to solve the problem. If the dogs haven't been being trained, you're just going to continue to have the same issue.
Y'all get a new dog. Yeah, get a Yorkie.
Yeah.
If you get a new dog, send it to Lawrence. Lawrence will train the dog.
That would be great.
Put it on me.
Yeah.
Go to the White House.
Yeah.
Make sure they understand what's happening.
Also, stop getting German Shepherds. These are working dogs. You just can't have them caged up and everything like that. This is not the proper dog for the White House. Go get a poodle. Go get something. A golden retriever, something that is just family friendly that you don't have to put a lot of training in there.
Toy poodle.
Well, we're gonna cut that video short. They just go on for another minute and a half suggesting different dogs to the White House. The point is that old man Walter's dog is a white supreme pizza, and he's out there oppressing Secret Service agents. I knew it. First it was racist horses, now it's the racist dog that happens to belong to old man Walter. If that was us, the dog would be put down. They'd put our face all over the paper, tell us what kind of bad people we are. We'd be shunned and shamed in town. Now old man Walter, though, they're just feeding Secret Service agents to the dog, calling it a day. And that's a terrible example. You got all that money and access to all those resources, and you can't even get your dog under control. It's like your kid smoking crack. Oh, wait a minute. Let me remember who I'm talking about here. Yeah, they have no business owning a dog. Look at how their kids turned out. I hope they hear me. I hope they hear me. I think everybody in America needs a little bit of that. If you can't raise kids, don't get a dog. We don't want to deal with your kids and you're crapping them out. Don't get a dog to add on top of that. We don't want to deal with your bad dog either. I don't know. That's a interesting situation. I don't know what they're going to do when they find out Cat Daniels will bite somebody. They'll never see it. He's elusive. That hooligan cat, they ain't going to catch him. Like the shadow came up and bit me. It was gone before I knew it. I don't know. I'm not a dog person, though. Not a dog person. We used to have dogs when I was younger. We had Cocker Spaniels. And that thing would bite you right in the face. And they didn't even think about putting it down back then. They were like, well, you shouldn't have been messing with it. And you just had to go sit in your room with dog bites on your face. That's how it was back in the day. When you weren't walking 4 feet of snow uphill both ways on the way to school. Back in the day there. I don't know. I don't really know why I don't like dogs. I think it's because when I was younger, I used to have dogs let go at me for being white and being in the wrong neighborhood. Where I lived on the way home from school, people would be like, hey, and let their Rottweiler go at us or whatever. You'd have to run, jump on cars, try and climb up on porches and stuff like that. Get away from the dog. But after you kill a couple of them, they stop sending those dogs after you. And I don't know if dogs can tell that from me or what, because a lot of people will be like, oh, don't be scared of the dog. Dogs can tell if you're fear of them or if you're afraid of them. Can the dog tell that I'll kill it because it's acting up? And I don't think it can realize that. And so then I always have these interactions with dog owners. Dogs all ferocious, foaming at them out there like, don't worry, it don't bite. Don't worry, my Hellcat barks. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. If I have to shoot your dog in your own living room, I will, I guess, but I don't want to. It's fine if you want to put the dog up. I don't know. I don't mess with dogs. Hang out here with Cat Daniels. But I know it's not the dog's fault that the dog is biting people. Dogs are just dogs. It's humans that make dogs bad. Just like kids. Kids are like that. Bad adults weren't necessarily on that path until someone intervened in their life and made them a bad person. I'm going to read through the chat really quick before we move to these next videos. The next like 5 or 6 videos is about the looting that was going on in Philadelphia. Here, Juicer. D-Live is asshole. They stole all the pleb media's money. It's kind of what they did to me. I had like over $100 in lemons or whatever from donations from Hooligans and stuff. And I just let that stuff build up as much as I can. I mean, if, rent's due or something, then we'll cash out if we have to. But otherwise, I try to let it build up because we have technical problems that happen all the time. I got 5 ring lights around me to light up this whole deal. Those go out all the time. Those are $45 a piece. These cameras are like $300-$400, even though I'm not the clearest. I'm not in 20K and all this stuff like Dr. Disrespect and all that. But if these things fail, I can't go a long period of time without having a replacement. So a lot of times I try to store money if I can, and then if something happens, I pull it, replace the equipment, continue going live every day. But they actually, D-Live was disabling my chat when we would show Trump. We would show a Trump rally. This is before he was even censored on YouTube, I don't think, because it was before the hearings in 2020. But we would show a Trump rally, and they started disabling my chat, and then they tried to permanently disable my chat, and I wrote this huge hateful email, and then they brought my chat back after like a week or so of being suspended, and after that we didn't go live on DLive anymore. Then I tried to go back in there to pull the money that was sitting in there, and they wouldn't let me log into my account. It said my account was locked, and I had to contact customer service, and then when I did, they didn't respond. So I see what you're saying here, Juicer. I'm gonna give them another chance because they reached out to me, and if they want to support what we do and have a change of heart, because the whole email was based off being free speech, and so if they change their ways or whatever, we'll give them another shot, see how it goes. Here, Juicer, you got nice little dogs. Are they huskies? They look like nice dogs. Matt, we have Rottweilers and German Shepherds right now. Both are well trained. But you never know what a dog will do. Yeah, I mean, it's still an animal. It's still an animal. Those are usually pretty good dogs, though. Especially if you got them all trained up and stuff. It's those little ones you can't really train. They're just like little hurricanes. Those little Yorkies and stuff like that. The Pomeranians or whatever they are. Pomegranates. Whatever they are. Those are the little wild ones. Those little ankle biters. They'll get you. And bad training makes bad dogs. Just like kids, you don't raise them right, they'll turn on you. Yep, it's true. It is true. They grow up to be Antifa. They turn their wiener inside out, and they blame you for it. We don't need that kind of stuff in our life. Hey, I appreciate you, Sheepseye. D-Cat, I absolutely agree with you. Old man Walter does not deserve a dog considering how he raised his children. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the dog and his kid both turned out the way they did. Every time the dog bites someone, they should put old man Walter down. Never mind. Matt, it's the owner, not the animal. It's true. It is true. Sheep's eye, you don't really like dogs? Yeah. I'm not against them. If anything, I don't like dog owners more than not liking the dog themselves. And I think it's because the owners put up this like false sense of security. They're just like encouraging you to be around the dog that is showing symptoms of wanting to kill you. And they're just like the dog's barking its head off and, ripping the guinea pig in half while staring at you, and you're just like, I don't want to be with the dog. And the owner's like, nah, just come here and pet it. Come pet the dog. He's a good dog. No, I don't want to pet your damn dog. Don't make me pet your dog. Because when something goes wrong, you're going to blame me for how I react. And I've been in so many situations. Nah, come pet the dog. Pet the dog. I get bit. I have to let the dog have it. The owner's like, what the hell's wrong with you? I don't know. I got bit by a dog. I'm the victim. You going to yell at the victim? What the hell? And I can't stand that. I can't stand that. One time we were driving down the road, 55 miles an hour, something like that. Some lady opens the door of her house, dog bolts out in the street. We not only hit the dog, but then we drug it down the street for like 10 or 15 feet. And I still hear the screams of that dog in my head. You could smell burnt dog coming through the ventilation, and we didn't even know where he was. You just heard him coming through surround sound. We thought he was on the radio. And then he kind of got up and ran away, but half of him was still underneath the car, and the lady came and bitched at us about it like it was my fault. The gravity and inertia and momentum all took place at the same time and scooped half of her dog off of the Jeep. That was my fault? Like, it's that. That's why I don't like dogs, is all of that. That's just all of that. I got lots of reasons. I'm not racist against them, Sheepside, that's you, but I just keep my distance. I know that we don't like each other, and I respect that. And I just try to back off a little bit and give them their space. It's the dog owners that want to bring us together and make us unite. I'm not about that life. What's up, Red Dog? Happy freedom. Spirit matter. Yorkies are untrainable. I don't know if they ain't got enough sense or what. Little ankle biters. They'll get you. They don't like me at all. They will bark till they throw up and then continue to bark again. Space Baby, you're in construction. It usually pays good, but yeah, Usually can't work when it's raining. And that really sucks too, because then you wake up and you get ready and then you look outside and then you're like, oh damn, I bet we ain't working. And then you call the boss and they text you back 20 minutes later, or you're just sitting there like, what am I doing with my day? And then they finally text you and they're like, yeah, nah, we're not going out today. And then your whole day is screwed up. That's the tough part about it. Let's see. Adrian, my first boyfriend had scars down both sides of his face from a chihuahua biting his face when he was an infant. That's crazy. He must have really cared about you to tell you that, because I tell you what, if I had scars down my face like somebody from a movie, I'd tell you I was out there fighting bears. I was saving babies and fighting bears. I had to kill terrorists to save those babies. Don't mind my scars. It's okay. There's no way I'd be like, yeah, it was the chihuahua, you got me. I mean, I understand it's the truth, but those war stories sound good. I used to tell my buddy that stuff. Well, we're not friends now, but we used to be friends in school. And he was playing in the garage with his brother. They were getting into crap like they shouldn't have been. Mom was sleeping or whatever. They're in the garage. Hey, what does this thing do? Well, they thought it'd be a cool idea to set a gasoline can on fire. And when it blew up in the garage, the plastic just stuck to my buddy's body and just melted to his flesh. So he has like a basketball jersey that looks like Freddy Krueger's face. And we'd go swimming out in the lake. You know, this is something you do when you live in Michigan. It gets too hot, you get in the lake, and you do it like every day. You just go out to the break wall, to the beach, whatever, hop in the lake, drink beer, whatever. So we would go out and we'd go swimming every day in the summer, and he'd always be wearing t-shirts, but he's not one of those big heavy set dudes. So we'd always be like, why are you wearing t-shirts? One day he told us, I was like, man, I don't care you got scars all over your body. You look weird wearing a shirt in the pool, like out in the lake. And he's like, nah, what if the girls laugh at me? You tell those girls you were pulling babies out of a burning building. They'll never know. They'll think you're the man. You have to get a stick. You might have to get two to beat them off of you. And he's like, I can't do that. It's not true. I'm like, you worried about the wrong thing, man. You got to tell those women. Tell them you're a hero. He wouldn't do it, though. Now he's gay, and now I understand why he wouldn't do that. But anyways, I digress. I don't know. Either way, we're going to move forward to this next 5 videos or whatever it is, discussing the looting that was happening last night. This first one's titled Looters Ransack Retail Stores and a fillet of fish. In Philadelphia, 15 to 20 arrests supposedly were made. Charges will be dropped. You already know that. You already know. Philly's not doing so hot between drug addicts and crime. Not doing so hot. All right, hooligans, let's get this started.
Well, we did see looting across the city at stores from Center City to Port Richmond to North and West Philadelphia.
Hank, what do you have?
A right boot, a Nike one, brand new. It's still got the tag on it. If we had a left one, we'd be in business. But that's apparently what looters were thinking up here at Cottman and Bustleton last night as they ran through the front doors. The place closed at 8 o'clock. Apparently there were still people available. There's no smashed windows. This is JD Sports. Again, Bustleton and Cottman. Looters running through here last night. A T-Mobile, a stone's throw away from here. Get to more of that in a minute, though. Philly police say it was just before 8 p.m. last night that they stopped a group wearing all black and masks over at Chestnut and 17th. They say at the same time they heard 911 calls going off at the Foot Locker right there on Chestnut between 16th and 17th. You see the spider web in the front door and the same kind of chaos inside of there. The shoe store was ransacked. Tons of inventory stolen. It's about 10 minutes after that, and police grabbed one adult in that Foot Locker looting. About 15 minutes later, Lululemon over on Walnut between 16th and 17th. 17th got hit as well. Police say they arrested several people coming out of that store, and as they're doing that, the alarm goes off at the Apple store several blocks away over on Walnut. And some of this video, you can clearly see people running around in there, grabbing whatever they can, running for the door, not caring about the anti-theft protections on most Apple devices. But holy moly, what a night. Here's what Interim Police Commissioner John Stanford had to say, and he is not tolerating it.
These were not protesters. These were criminals. These were people that took advantage of an opportunity, and again, you know, looking to destroy our city. And man. I say that because everybody in this city should be angry. Everybody that goes to these businesses should be angry. Everybody that lives in various communities throughout this city that have impacted by this behavior in 2020 should be angry about what they observed tonight and what they're seeing from you all reporting this tonight, because again, it's disgusting and it has no place in this city. And again, we all need to work together to nip it as quickly as we can.
For sure. Commissioner Stanford also referring to this T-Mobile, which is across Cottman Avenue from us and over about a block and a half. Another spider web in the door. Look at the inventory scattered all over the floor. Mostly juveniles. Police have arrested 15 to 20 people and collected 2 guns in that kind of activity. As you pull back out to Greg's live shot here of the JD Sports up here at Cottman and Bustleton. Mannequins all over the floor. Inventory that used to be all over the walls, absolutely all gone. Police, Mike, Alex, say that they have also made a couple of arrests in connection with what they called an organized ring that was running a truck around, trying, I suppose, to make the most out of a situation that could have some looting in it. And that's apparently what happened last night, according to police, who keep reiterating this had utterly nothing to do with the Dial Irizarry protest. It's just people taking advantage of it, as they did 3 years ago, to try to smash, grab, and get a little something that doesn't belong to them. Guys.
Well, it seems like everybody's catching up to speed here. But I think there's going to be blowback. I think the negative outcome from all of this, other than the obvious that was just all over the screen there, I think eventually the tolerance for protesters is going to go away. And initially, that sounds good. You know, people start protesting and the police show up and they're like, no, you're not doing this. If you're a store owner or whatever, you're like, yay, get the protesters out here before they loot everyone. But what happens when there's actual reasons to protest? Then they will have cried wolf too many times. And when there's a real reason to protest, there won't be any tolerance for it, even though it's our constitutional rights, and that's a problem. So I worry about that, because it's a lot of crying wolf. Now, I don't know the situation where the officer had shot that individual during a traffic stop and they felt it was unjust or whatever, but then the charges were dismissed for the officer. I don't know anything about that, and that could be a reason to protest. I don't know. But it's not a reason to loot the iPhone store. Okay, no amount of iPhones is going to bring that person back. That doesn't make any sense. You can't steal enough Nikes and Timberlands and Jordans and all that stuff to bring that individual back. Even if you donate all that stolen crap to the family of the dead individual, it ain't bringing them back. It's not making anybody feel better, and it's not making anyone who supports that cause look good in any kind of way. But I guarantee those people who were arrested were let go. I guarantee it, and it will keep happening. And it seems like things are ramping up because election season is coming. Censorship is starting to crack down. YouTube's coming after people for all kinds of stuff. And then now we actually have some real looting going on. I'll try and keep a watch. I have a lot of stuff I have to do today. I have to go to the post office. I have other stuff outside of that, but I have to remember the post office. That's the big one today. I will try and keep an eye out to see if we can find any live protesting going on. Of course, if you come across live video of that, tag me in it wherever you are. I'm a part of everything. So just tag me. If you ever wonder if I'm on your platform, just at the Great Jeff Mac as one word. Most likely I'm already there. I'm on everything. So just tag me if you find live video, and we'll go ahead and get a live started as quickly as possible. Tam it already happened with J6. Yeah, J6 really did shut down a whole bunch of stuff. That's why you don't see Trump supporters protesting or rallying on their own outside of a Trump rally. You don't see a whole lot of pro-2A marches and stuff like that anymore. all that stuff really died down after J6, because now they get to point a finger at you and be like, oh, you're a radical Trump supporter. Please come in, scoop you up. Oh, you don't have a permit and all this other nonsense. Yep. What's up, Enterprise? Happy freedom. Matthew, same thing is happening in the UK. Yeah. It's weird how we all live in different countries, but we're experiencing the same things. It's almost like we have a one world government already, and we're just not up to speed, really. So it seems like DCAT Philadelphia is a mess, just like Washington, D.C. It is. San Francisco's like that, too. It's like those places are just lost. They don't have to be. If they would just enforce the laws that we already have, we'd be fine. But it's a good game they got going there. They make these laws, they have so much control over us, then they reel it in and don't enforce those laws. They let everything go to shit. We're all sitting in the dumpster fire together, and they go, hey, you know how we fix these problems? We pass more laws. So then they pass even more laws and have even more control over us. And then after that's no fun anymore, they just kind of reel it back in and let people slide till the fires start again. Then they pass more laws, and that's how they do it. That's how they do it. They don't enforce the authority they already have because they want to keep gaining ground on us. They want to keep passing laws and keep having more and more control over us. It's for the greater good. It's so you can sleep better at night. They're here to keep us secure and whatnot because they care so deeply about us. Or something like that. DeRosa silly Philly. Yep. Reading through the chats really quick before we move forward. Like I said, the next like 4 or 5 videos are all about Philly. Elo. Just own nothing and you'll be happy, I swear. That's what they tell us. What's up, Highplains Drifter? What's up, Ting Ting? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Alright, we're going to move forward to this next video. These next few ones are short. They're all from Twitter because you couldn't get anything actual on YouTube. Hopefully I don't get a strike for showing this stuff. It's nothing too bad. But we'll probably show these back to back because they all have to do the same thing and they're all short videos. So the first two is about this really stupid individual who's apparently a live streamer or something on Instagram, which is why you can see the videos in portrait mode. I don't generally show live streams from Instagram because of that, because you can't get any full screen shots. This is title was the post is saying it's devolving, and then it says everybody must eat, which is what this live streamer is screaming over and over again in the video. And it says looks like they're stealing bread to feed their children.
Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Yes. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. That's what I'm talking about. Rest well, Eddie. Rest well, Eddie. Uh-oh, look, here come more people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So, I mean, it might be bad enough that that individual is sitting there pretty much celebrating that this is happening in the background. Just watching all this crime happen. And I mean, yeah, it's only one person. What could they do to stop all these people from doing what they're doing? It's not her job or its job or however it identifies. It's not their job directly. They're just documenting it, right? And they're just celebrating this fight back from systematic racism or whatever they would say in this situation. But then this idiot It says Instagram influencer Deja whoever whatever live streams herself looting stores in Philadelphia. Not only was she celebrating, but she decides to record herself participating in the looting, and that's what makes her extra stupid.
Niggas going crazy. Go on, boy. Oh, it's so close. Yeah, me too. Me too. This one got to look.
Notice the liquor bottles. In possession of stolen Hennessy.
Where's all this cops coming? Oh yeah, the cops coming.
We got meatball outside.
Rest well, Eddie.
So that's the individual's profile right there. I didn't make that video, by the way. If anybody's gonna be all bent out of shape about doxing or whatever, that I didn't make that video. I'm just here showing it. But not only is that person extra stupid for one, celebrating it and acting like everybody's there because they're starving to death, and then I see Matt over here. That person definitely doesn't miss meals. I'm saying everybody must eat. Well, she already had her share apparently, but then they're all coming out with liquor bottles, and then she's got stolen goods on camera. There's another video out there where she's getting stopped, and then she's claiming to have not participated in the looting and all of this, and I believe she was arrested. I'm sure they'll let her go because enforcing the law is racist or something. So yeah, that's how we're starting the journey here. And then we have, sounds like the school band is getting started. You get dinner and a show. This next one is titled "Looting in Philadelphia Center." Philadelphia's Center City. After all charges dismissed against cop in fatal traffic stop shooting. This one's only 43 seconds. These are other incidents not involving that live streamer. These are in other locations, but still Philadelphia. This is after the police showed up. Let's see here. Make sure everything's good. All right. So it says up top here at the post, every man for himself, looting in Philadelphia's Center City after... Okay, so yeah, it's the same. Charges dismissed against cop in the fatal traffic stop shooting. Let's get her started. So we've seen that quite a bit, where these people will participate in these like mass crime situations, and they get so gassed up off of it that they just start sounding like they're losing their marbles on the camera. There's a person in Seattle that always sounds like that whenever we have to cover those lives. I can't even think of her name right now. She drives me nuts with that stuff though. She's always squeaking and squawking while she's live streaming, like she can't contain herself. She's so excited about crime happening. And this individual was like giggling or whatever that we're watching until the officer serves that guy a right hook or whatever to the face. And then the giggling kind of turns into uncertainty. You can hear in the tone. Like, are they going to witness police brutality happening right before their eyes? Are they going to document the next George Floyd situation? You can hear it in their giggles, their chirps that are flaking out into the video. Yeah, I don't know how you could be so excited about something bad going on like that. It's no good. They're all gassed up on it. All of them gassed up. So this next one is our last one with the mass looting situation, nonsense, this, that, and the other. After we play this, we'll read through the chat and stuff, because this is our last one for this situation. It's titled, Seeking Another George Floyd Moment, BLM Protesters Tell One Another to Start Recording. And actually, there's more to the title. This is from Andy No. It says, everybody keep your phones out. Seeking another George Floyd moment, BLM protesters tell one another to start recording after Philadelphia police arrived to make arrests at the downtown mass looting.
Hey, Ralph! Record this! No, get off me! Record this, mamas! I socked the shit out of him in the ring. He had me. Everybody keep your phone out! Keep your phone out! Everybody keep your phone out! Everybody keep your phone out! Hey, Ralph! Record.
Now that video, and I don't know why that one more than the other ones, but that video really feels like 2020. And I don't know why. Just something about that video. The communication, the instructions being given between the protesters or looters, whatever you want to call them. What's the difference? I don't know. It takes me back. It takes me back. Record those police before they do something wrong. Hey, stop looting for a second so you can record this wrongdoing that may occur. We don't know. Could be. This could be extra money for us. It's no good. It's no good. Philadelphia should arrest all those people and actually hold them accountable. Don't just put them in cuffs and let them go in the morning. Make them sit there. Like, make them do some time. Make them realize. If there was some real accountability, we wouldn't have these problems. The first time I went to jail, I had to do 90 days. And when I got out, the last thing I wanted to do is go back into that cement room for another 90 days. That was like very last thing I would ever want to do. I hate being in jail so much that I don't even wish it on my enemies. It's like hell. I'd rather be killed than go to jail. I hate going to jail. And these people don't spend enough time in jail. And that's why they're out here committing crimes. If they were spending so much time in jail, when they got out, they would, most of them, not everybody, because most people go to jail, don't have a brain. They're repeat offenders. It happens. But a lot of them would cut that crap out. You start missing your kids, you miss your family, you start missing just smelling fresh air, just being able to see a tree or ride a bike. Like, you start missing things you didn't even know you would ever miss. If they were in jail and they spent enough time there, they wouldn't want to go back, and they wouldn't be doing stuff like this. Let alone giggling on camera, just so excited that people are looting and police are having a hard time struggling with the looters. You're just so excited, giggling on camera, sound like an idiot. It's rough stuff. We're going to read through the chat really quick before we move forward. We still have 2 more videos. One's about the border, and the other one's about Trump being accused of... I don't know if he's being accused of fraud or if they actually found fraud, but it has something to do with Trump and fraud, and we're going to find out here in a little bit. And that she sounds insane. She does, and there's a couple protesters that get giddy. They get giddy. Like what you're watching is going to have a positive outcome somehow. Like they act like they're scratching the lottery and the first 4 numbers are lining up. They're just getting all giddy. It's like you're watching chaos happen right before your eyes. What is there to be happy about? Like, you're happy that the cops are struggling while the store is being broken into? Do you think the looters are going to get away and you guys win against the police or something? It didn't sound like the giddy started dying down once the officer threw that hook and let that guy have it. The things started kind of calming down for a moment there. Because they were debating, should it go from being giddy and giggling to being outraged? Should we be outraged? The cop just punched this guy in the face. That's wrong. I mean, never mind all the looting and the breaking and entering and all that stuff. No. Cop punched this guy in the face. That's wrong. We need to be all outraged now. She didn't take the bait, I guess. I don't know. She's too busy giggling and sounding like an idiot. Matthew, they want to win the Ghetto Lottery. They do. They do. I'm sure they go and they compare their claim to each other. Oh, what'd you get? Oh, I got 15 pairs of Nikes. I'm gonna sell them on eBay for $300 each. smoke some crack over the weekend. Whatever they do, I don't know. It's no good, though. It's no good. These people, they need to be held accountable. Matthew, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying here. Matthew, I don't know what you're saying. What's up, CL baby? Happy freedom. Astral Hammer, they've been in jail, they get released, they go back to looting. There's a certain privilege. Yeah. Well, and I mean, stay in jail, not just go. The booking process is all right, but when you sit there, I feel like when you first go in, you're more scared of like unknowns more than anything else. But it's really after you get through the first week of being in that concrete room, when you start having that settle in that you're going to stay here till they let you out. You're not getting out of here. There's no way to get out. And after that realization sets in, then you start having that depressed feeling that like you can't shake it. The room echoes all the time, especially when people are taking a crap. You got to hear another grown man fart in the room while you're sleeping. It's terrible. It's terrible being in there. And you're like, I have to live in here because of my choices. And until you come to that realization, you're just acting ignorant, really, doing whatever got you in there. But I think if people sit long enough, they decide they don't want to go back. Some people. That's not for everybody. That's definitely not everybody. I got a brother that can't stay out of jail. He loves being in jail. He's an idiot. He is a full-blown idiot. He just spent like 3 years in prison. He got out. He's going right back. He's in the paper. My dad sent me a link or whatever. It's in the paper. He's going back. Like, what an idiot. What an idiot. Who wants to spend their life in jail? D-Cat, I want some of whatever that girl's on. She sounds completely insane. I know, she sounded like she was sucking on helium balloons or something. Space Baby, the Purge. I think we need the Purge. I think not only do we need the Purge, but I think we need a high scoreboard on top of it. You don't need to purge, you need to be the best. You need the best, be the best person to purge. And really, the purge doesn't have to be like in the movies. We could just rip all the safety labels off of everything. You see how people behave. You see how people drive. Okay, just take the warning labels off of stuff. Give it about a week. Natural selection will happen. Us, with functioning brains, we'll still be here. Shapeshifters and stuff, probably not. I think we need it. We need a reset of some sort. Something. We need a redo. Skybear, there's no excuse for it. There's not. There's no good reason to go to town and loot. What did the store owners have to do with what happened? Nothing. Skybear, I hate jail. Women in jail are nasty players. I've heard all kinds of stuff about what it's like for women in jail. It's not fun for anybody. That's what I've gathered. It's not fun for anybody. What's your IP? They'll be let go. PA has Soros DA. Yeah, they're going to be let go. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're totally going to let those people go because they're there crying as civil disobedience. And they'll just keep repeating that. They'll just be like, oh, I'm here as a civil rights activist, and you police are out here killing individuals. And da-da-da-da-da. And they'll just keep it going. The judge, is probably liberal too. You get in the courtroom, judge has got purple hair. They're like, yep, no, you're right. You were doing the right thing, and these evil cops came by, and they were enforcing the law. How dare they? Here's $500,000. Hope you feel better. And that's how it goes. I'm surprised they even made any arrests. Mr. Beansy Beans, you don't want me as a cellmate. What does that mean? That sounds explicit, Mr. Beansy Beans. Jeez. My cellmates have always made me feel bad by talking about the potential that I have. And I've never really experienced that, like that specific situation quite like I have in jail. Last time I was in jail, which was years ago, I was in there and I was all bent out of shape. And everybody's like, why you ain't saying nothing, blah, blah, because we're playing cards and we're waiting for our food trays and stuff. Like, why you being like that? And I'm like, well, today I'm supposed to be turning in my homework for college. And they're like, well, what do you go to school for? And I was like, I go to school for music production, audio engineering. And they're like, oh, really? What's that? And so then I explain it to them and stuff. And they're like, you know that? And I'm like, yeah. So I take a paper and a pencil and I start writing music out because I can read and write music and stuff. And they're like, wow, that's neat, blah, blah, blah. Why are you in here? Because I made some mistakes. I'm in here till I can get out. They're like, man, I've been in and out my whole life. You got an education. You know how to do all this stuff. You should be out there doing these great things. You shouldn't be in here with us. And have other people in the cell get involved in the conversation. And pretty soon everybody's just like, dude, you shouldn't be in here with us. You should be out there doing good things. Like, you know all this stuff. We don't know anything. We're just sitting here acting like animals. You should actually be out there doing something. And that made me feel terrible inside. Because I'm like, I am just wasting away in this damn jail cell. Now, what I was in there for was false accusations and nonsense, and the charges were dropped, and I got my bond money back, even though it was $700. But I'll never forget that. I'll never forget having people that were in there for kidnapping their girlfriend and holding her at gunpoint until the police had to come in and take this guy out. I was in there with another guy who was in there for running his girlfriend over in a car because he caught her cheating. Then I was in there with another guy who went into a party in Muskegon and shot 11 people. And we're all in the cell together, hanging out. Now, I didn't do anything crazy like that, but the accusations were kind of crazy. And so they had to hold me in that cell because potentially I was a violent offender. And these people felt bad for me. They felt bad for me. And they thought I should be out there doing something better with my life. And that made me feel some type of way, and I never want to go back. I never wanted to go back, but that was the last straw right there. And I was like, yo. I was like, these people are right. I should be doing something with my life. I don't know. Never forget it. Peyton, I don't know what that reference is. Mr. Beansy Beans, the reason you don't want me as a cellmate is because I got some killer farts and they are bad. Mr. Beansy Beans, you crack me up. You crack me up. And that's the worst. You're stuck in that room. I'm not gonna lie. Cellmates used to get mad. They're like, yo, I'm over here trying to drink my coffee and you're over there just ripping Skippies. I'm like, what do you want me to do? It's not like I could leave the room. They're like, you ain't gotta do it while I'm over here enjoying breakfast. I'm like, come on, man. I'm just seasoning your eggs. You'll be fine. Sky Bear. I get that also. I have an assault record because some men were stupid. Yeah, I think there should be some lenience to assault. I don't know. I wish that I lived in a time where people would say boys will be boys. You know, back in the 80s and stuff, people get in a scuff, but then it's over. The fight's done. It's not like one person savagely beating another. It's more like a disagreement happened. Some people threw some hands. It's over. Everything's settled now. It's not going to happen again. I feel like that kind of stuff should be like, nah, we don't need an officer. Everything's good. But that's not how it is. I was charged by the state. The people I got in a fight with, the 3 counts of assault that I have, I was not charged by the victim. I was charged by the state. It was the state of Michigan versus my goofy ass. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I make better choices now. Hair juicer, mass shooter. Come on, man. I'm disappointed in you. But that's what happened. I'm not making it up. That's really what happened. But, you know, you feel some kind of way when you have a person like that feeling bad for you. Somebody that when you look them in their tattooed face and you think this person doesn't feel bad for anybody. They don't feel bad. They don't have it in them to feel bad. They're just angry all the time. And that's what you see when you stare in this person's face and they're like, dude, you're making bad choices, man. You need to go out there and do something with your life. It's like, you're right, buddy. You're absolutely right. I should not be in here looking you in the face. You're absolutely right. I don't know. Life lessons, I guess. We're going to move on to this next video before we run out of time here with storytelling. This next one's titled, Elon Musk says he'll visit the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas during the migrant crossing surge. I don't know what inspired this necessarily, but I guess they're excited to have him there.
There's a newcomer.
A newcomer. These news people. They crack me up. All right, let's get it started.
There's a newcomer to the migrant crisis at the southern border. If this didn't give it away, it's Elon Musk announcing he will be visiting Eagle Pass, Texas, which says it's completely overwhelmed by illegal crossings.
Yeah, maybe a billionaire can solve some of these problems logistically, right? Since the federal government has yet to create a solution. The Eagle Pass mayor issuing a state of emergency and disaster declaration. Multiple thousands of people, migrants coming into their community from Mexico every day over the past week. Millions fleeing Venezuela looking for a better life. As Stephanie Haynes has the latest for us. You spoke with border officials. What did they tell you?
Hey, good morning. Some of them welcome a visit from Elon Musk, saying exactly what you said, that, hey, maybe a billionaire can come up with a solution for this. At the very least, they can show him what's going on, and maybe that will inspire some new solutions to what so many call a crisis. The surge of migrants at the southern border has captured the attention of Elon Musk. He's a billionaire and owner of Tesla and X, which is formerly known as Twitter. Musk writing, quote, "They are being overwhelmed by unprecedented numbers, just hit an all-time high and still growing. I'm going to visit Eagle Pass later this week to see what's going on for myself." The latest data from U.S. Customs and Border Protection shows 230,000 migrant encounters along the entire southern border in the month of August. Officials say approximately 11,000 encounters were recorded last weekend. Musk says he spoke with Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez, whose district includes Eagle Pass. He points out the local hospitals and shelters are overwhelmed.
I have never seen the crisis this bad. Over 2,200 people entered in this sector yesterday illegally. In El Paso, over 2,000 entered illegally. We are out of time.
Some law enforcement along the southern border welcome a visit from Musk, saying fresh eyes may offer a new solution and possibly funding for more technology and more manpower.
Technology works, but you can have all the technology in the world. You're eventually going to need a human with the badge that can go out there and put hands on and make those successful arrests.
In the meantime, the Biden administration says an official with Customs and Border Protection met with authorities in Mexico over the weekend to talk about the need for, quote, coordinated engagement to include mirrored patrols with local Mexican law enforcement agencies. And we reached out to the mayor of Eagle Pass, the local sheriff there, and we're not able to hear back. Texas DPS was unavailable to comment at the time.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
Well, I don't really know what that's going to do. Elon Musk going to the border to see if things are as bad as everyone says. That doesn't sound real suspicious to me. It sounds like he's got the money and the time to do things like that. No big deal. We've seen lots of live streamers and stuff go down to the border. Nothing too special with that. What I think is interesting is the people that are willing to receive it. The sheriffs and the border patrol and all that stuff. They're like, oh yeah, we want him down here. We want a fresh set of eyes. What is that going to do? You had old man Walter down there. He has all the power to actually do something about it. What is Elon going to be able to do? If Abbott cannot put a buoy system in the water that was working without being sued by the federal government for preventing border crossers from coming into the country illegally, what is it that Elon Musk is going to be able to do? He's not an elected official. What do they think? He's going to give the border crossers free Wi-Fi and they'll just stay on their side of the fence? I don't really know what they think. And the only thing I can come up with is that he has a lot of influence. Elon Musk has a lot of influence. Every little thing he does is documented and blown up on the news every single day. And so maybe if he goes to the border and he sees what's actually going on, which will make him credible because he's actually going to the border, so his opinion will then be somewhat matter. If he starts speaking up on how the federal government's handling everything and stuff like that, that could be eye-opening for a lot of normies. And maybe that's what the Border Patrol wants. Because they already know that the federal government is very clear on what's happening. And they like it. They want it to be that way. Otherwise, they would stop it. And so they feel helpless. Everybody who's in those states that are bordering that area where they're heavily coming through, they all hate what's going on there. They're aware of what's happening and they can't stop it. And old man Walter's keeping the gates open. So the only thing I can think of is they're hoping that Elon Musk will make a big enough deal about this that somebody will actually do something to fix it. That's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, I don't see the point of him being there. I mean, other than his own personal experience and having the right and freedom to go wherever he wants and, you know, experience things for his human experience, I can understand that. But as far as actually doing something, other than raising a fuss and having a lot of eyes on him, I don't know what he could do. Matt, neither is Bill Gates, but for some reason people expect us to listen to him. That's true. That's true. Here, Juicer, these people, I keep leaving my door open and people keep letting themselves in. Maybe this rich dude knows what to do. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's like. Is it's almost like they don't know what to do, what to fix it. Maybe he'll come up with a great idea. How about enforce the law? That's, you know, we already got laws in place, enforce them. But old man Walter won't let that happen. So I don't know. I think it's an all eyes on Musk situation. I think that's what's gonna potentially get a rise out of some change. I think that's what they're hoping for. Adrian, you would have loved the 80s. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to think. When I was a kid, I used to think that I didn't like the way anything was. And I can't tell if that's because I genuinely just didn't like the way things were going in the 90s or how they were portrayed, like the 80s were being portrayed to me, or if I was just a dumb kid that didn't like anything because that's what dumb kids do. Not sure. But I know that the more technology we have, the more control over us they have. And it seems like the more that we're monitoring each other, the more fickle we're becoming. We're just always sticking our little opinions on everybody else. We're trying to pull everybody down and correct everybody and make sure that they know as much as we do. And we got to let them know that they suck because we think they suck. And we're not feeling satisfied unless they acknowledge their suckiness to us openly. And we're just doing this to each other, and it's gross. It's gross. And I miss being a kid where you didn't know if your friends were home till you knocked on the door or you saw bikes in the front yard. You know, the only time you talked on the phone is when you were willing to stand in the kitchen for an hour. Like that, I miss that kind of stuff. I miss experiencing life and being excited about it. Now everything just feels like a problem. It's so easy to sit and stare at a device and be entertained and work and do anything and everything you need to do with your digital device that getting up and going to do anything feels like such a chore. And it's because we're being softened up by these devices. And I just miss being a kid and having everything be right here in front of us. Everything that's real and matters is right here in front of us. Don't tell your real information to the internet. Don't spend too much time on the internet because everything on the internet's fake. Just like movies. Don't believe everything you see in a movie because movies are fake. All that went out the window. All that went out the window. You don't ever hear people talk like that anymore. Now Facebook wants to know, what'd you eat today? They want you to tell the internet everything. The internet's tracking us. They prefer for us to do our financial stuff and our legal stuff through the internet. You know, DMV wants you to use their website and schedule appointments instead of walking in and taking a number and standing there. And it's like, the more digital stuff is, the more control they have over us. And the soft and stupider we are. And I don't like that. And in the 60s and 70s when I grew up, you fought with people, then you played a game of baseball. Yep. Matt, I've shook hands and had beers after fights. Yeah, a lot of my really good friends are people that I've thrown hands with. There's a lot of people that I wasn't even friends with until after we threw hands. We just didn't like each other, and when I don't like people, I just avoid them. When people see me, they decide I have a face that they want to punch or something. I don't know. This is exactly why I don't go to the bar, is because people see me and they want to fight with me, and I don't want to fight with them because I don't have a gray area. I either like you or I don't like you, and if I don't like you and you want to fight with me, I have no reason to preserve your life. Not at all. Like I don't have that instinct. And so I don't like fighting with people because it gets way out of hand way too fast, and then everybody gets scared, and then nobody wants to help me because I can't evaluate the situation. I'm like, this guy wants to fight, so I plucked his eyeball out of his head, and now everybody's saying that was too far. I didn't know there was rules to the game, and I don't like that. I don't like any of that. So I try to avoid all of that stuff. But there's situations you can't avoid. That things happen to you, and you can't avoid it. And there's been fights I've gotten in with people that I did not want to get in, and the way the fights turned out afterwards, we were friends. We were like, yeah, you really felt that way, and I really felt that way too, and well, we worked it out. We should go, get some pizza, drink a beer or something like that, stuff like that. And then next thing you know, we're cool because we know that each other is strong, and like, you're the kind of person that you're going to stand all the way up for what you believe in. And I'm that way too. And so when we have to throw hands and we still believe what we believe, or we're big enough to say, hey, I was wrong and I see what you're saying now, and get over it, you're like, I want to be friends with that person because they're real. They're real. Fake people won't fight you. They don't want to fight. And that they'll change their minds about stuff when it comes to that. If they really believe what they're saying, they're not going to fold when it comes to fighting. They're not real. They're just faking it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be afraid of a fight. And it's, I hope you understand what I'm saying. The difference between not wanting to fight and the difference of changing who you are because there is a fight. Like some people talk about our freedoms, right? Everybody wants to be free. Not everybody's willing to fight for being free. And that's the difference between saying something and believing what you're saying. I'm not encouraging people to fight. I don't think anybody should fight. I want everyone to be whole and happy all the time. But if you're going to be loud and proud, you got to be willing to back that up. Don't be out here lying. Somebody will test you one day. That's my 2 cents on it. Anyways, we're running out of time here. We got one video left, so we're going to hurry up and run through it really quick. Pushing all the storytelling today. Hopefully, you hooligans are entertained. I need the soundbite. Are you not entertained? I'm going to have to pull it. Anyways, this last video is titled, Trump Found Liable for Fraud in New York Civil Case. They're trying to get him for everything. I worry about him coming to Michigan because all he has to do is say the wrong pronoun to one person, and they'll be adding on a 5-year prison sentence to the stack that he already has going. Hopefully that won't happen. Let's get this started.
Donald Trump was found liable of financial fraud in a New York civil case alongside his eldest sons, as well as some business associates. That decision came Tuesday from New York Judge Arthur Engoron and marks a major defeat for Trump that could severely impact his ability to make money in New York as he seeks a return to the White House next year. The judge said Trump and the other defendants dishonestly inflated the ex-president's net worth, the value of his properties, and other assets to suit their own business needs. In particular, the judge took issue with Trump lying about how big his penthouse was, claiming it was 30,000 square feet, nearly triple its actual size, resulting in an overvaluation of as much as $207 million. As penalty, the judge stripped Trump of certificates that let some of his businesses operate in New York, including the Trump Organization. The Tuesday ruling is also a big victory for New York State Attorney General Letitia James, who last year pressed charges against Trump.
We are filing a lawsuit against Donald Trump for violating the law as part of his efforts to generate profits for himself, his family, and his company.
Tuesday's ruling makes it easier for James to establish damages at a trial set for October, which is also set to look at whether Trump and his children lied about his net worth to get better loans and insurance. Trump has filed a lawsuit against Judge Engoron. He's accused him and James of ignoring an appeals court order to narrow the case. The lawsuit aimed to delay the trial, arguing Engoron's inaction has made it impossible to prepare a defense. Trump has blasted his fraud accusations as ridiculous and untrue in a post on his Truth Social platform. He accused Engoron as a deranged judge doing the bidding of James, a Democrat. Trump, who faces a slew of other litigation, has denied all wrongdoing and branded the cases a Democrat witch hunt against him.
So it is just more accusations. They didn't actually find anything. Just adding to the stack. Because even when they don't get him for anything, they'll still be able to say they charged him with all that crap. And that's what they're doing. I'm sure you guys remember how the hearings went. When they were, back in 2020, all this stuff we can't talk about. When we did those hearings, the ones that we covered, which we covered every one that we could, every one that was live, seemed to go in his favor. But then there was a lot of scheduled hearings that never came to be, including a hearing with the Supreme Court. Never happened. The stuff that was going on in 2020, the irregularities, never actually got analyzed by the Supreme Court. They kept dismissing it. They didn't want to hold a day in court. But because there was so much stuff scheduled, people loved saying, oh, there was 91 court dates and then they lost all of them and it's a big lie. It's a big lie. And none of that's true. None of that stuff is true. But because the news said that stuff, everybody says it, just like the 2 impeachments and the insurrection and all this stuff. And they prove that that is not what happened. But then they keep repeating the same phrases because the language matters. And they get away with it. So they keep saying it. So even after Trump is innocent, they're still going to say, oh, he was charged with 91 crimes and he's such a mobster and blah, blah, blah. They'll still say it. Even after he's proven innocent, they'll still say it. That's all it's about. It's just trying to stack the cards against him. Matt, they're just going to keep throwing stuff at the wall until something sticks. Nothing is going to stick, though. Yeah. Like, why didn't they do all this in 2016? Like, you know, if these crimes that they're accusing him of, was this not happening in 2016? Like, they didn't go through all this trouble back then. They're trying anything and everything to get him, and they can't. I don't know. I still worry what's going to happen when all of this fails, because it's like they're checking all the boxes on the list. They're trying everything. What happens when he prevails over all of it and he's still in good condition to be elected? What are they going to do to stop him then? And that's what I worry about. Gotta read through the chat really quick. I'm already late. I need to be leaving, but we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance and all of that in just a moment here. I'm going to drop the Linktree link to all of you hooligans before we start the Pledge of Allegiance and wrap things up. Let me see here. Everything is listed on the Linktree, so if you'd like to make donations to support the live or join a membership program, so you can get the perks of which program you choose and also support the live that way, you are welcome to do so. Both the links for the hooligan merch, whether you want patches, hats, flags, or t-shirts and tank tops, you can find all of that on the Linktree. What I ask, though, is that you join Gilded. Gilded is free, and it's currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live every time we go live. All of the hooligans are hanging out 24/7, keeping the conversation going for you to go and hang out and join the party. If you're not social, which is fine, we have the news board on there to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. And like I said, you'll get notifications from me every time we go live, so you don't have to worry about the hit or miss notification system on all of these live streaming platforms. They're all first come, first serve with the notifications. I don't know why it's like that. You don't have to worry about it, though. You can join Gilded and get notifications directly from me. As I said, that was all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. So it's now time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Even Klaus Daniels chilled out. He was like, hold up, I gotta chill out for the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, hooligans, that is that for today. We will be live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. What's up, Raja? Happy freedom. We'll be live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with the game over on Jeff Mac Gaming. If you're a part of Kick or jeffmaclive.com, you can also watch the gaming on those platforms. We will be live from 6 to 8 as normal, playing the game, spending a couple hours to forget about our troubles of the world and just recharge our batteries for a little bit, having fun. We're still playing Starfield. We're doing side missions and stuff now if you'd like to come hang out with us. But then we'll be live again, I believe, near 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the Orange Eagle. He's supposed to be live today. He's supposed to be on stage around 8 p.m. So we plan on covering that everywhere except for YouTube because of their communist guidelines. So you need to go ahead, click the link tree, check out all of the non-YouTube platforms, and find out which one you're most comfortable on. Go ahead and make you an account and all of that. And that way you'll be all set to go for the Orange Eagle at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So around there. I don't want to say right at 8. He's never right on time. And, you know, there's always variables and whatnot. But that's the plan. I appreciate all of you hooligans being here. You guys are the best. I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you guys later, either for gaming, for the Orange Eagle. For everyone else, we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I would not be able to do this without you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.